One of the other aspects of pharmaceutical industry is anybody can make a drug for, let's say, fraction of a price at which it is sold by an MNC. If you go as a B pharma, you hardly start your career with 15,000 rupees a month in best of the companies, and then you probably 5 years down the line you will end up with, let us say, 30,000 rupees per month. Whereas with an MBA pharma, you start with minimum 40-50,000 rupees. अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट ने सेट के फार्मा वो सिर्फ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करने के लिए यूएस में आना पड़ेगा, बाहर से नहीं आने देंगे। से हमारे स्टूडेंट्स की वो एक्सपोर्ट डेटाबेसेस पर होती है जो कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट नहीं दे सकती, बिकॉज दे आर वेरी एक्सपेंसिव डेटाबेसेस। पेरेंट कंपनीज मॉडर्न लैब्स, नंदनी लैब्स एंड नोशन फार्मा, they have access to this because they are marketing these things in 14 overseas markets. This is the best thing that could happen to them. Fortunately, they have landed into pharmaceutical industry, and the first drop that a child born on this earth takes is a pharmaceutical product. The last drop he takes before leaving this earth is a pharmaceutical product. In between, he consumes lots of pharmaceutical products.
वेलकम दोस्तों, हमारा आज का पॉडकास्ट हर उस पर्सन के लिए है जो या तो फार्मा में जॉब कर रहे हैं या फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री में अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हैं। आज हमारे साथ हैं डॉक्टर गिरीश अग्रवाल, जो है प्रोग्राम कोऑर्डिनेटर फॉर एमबीए इन फार्मास्यूटिकल मैनेजमेंट फॉर मॉडर्न ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशंस। वेलकम टू द पॉडकास्ट सर।
My pleasure.
आज सर हमें सिर्फ पढ़ाई की नहीं, अपने फार्मा की इन डेप्थ नॉलेज के बारे में बताएंगे और हमसे शेयर करेंगे कि कैसे स्टूडेंट्स फार्मा में हो रहे चेंजेस और टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट्स, इनोवेशंस को अपने करियर में लाकर एक स्टेलर करियर बना सकते हैं। वेलकम टू द पॉडकास्ट सर।
My pleasure.
So let's start with, can you explain our viewers how Indian pharma companies or industry is different from the international pharma industry?
See, when we talk about Western pharmaceutical companies, they basically began as a research-focused company with new product developments. Obviously, our pharmaceutical company started as manufacturing those compounds which were already produced by them under a non-patent regime since 60s, 70s, and so on. So we did not generate enough, so to say, energy to go into the product innovation or research. So that's the major difference, first major difference. So once we got into the habit of producing things, which others were manufacturing, then we began to focus on selling them. So then selling the products which were being manufactured by someone else, kind of the driving factor of the pharmaceutical industry in India. So branding, selling, branding, that became our key focus in India. Thereafter, since 95, as WTO came, and then we got 10 years respite in conforming to the IP regime. Till 2005, we were supposed to conform to international intellectual property regime. And then we also had to go into research. So now our companies have to transition from selling and branding focus also to focus on product development and research. So that's the key difference.
Okay, so now you've really simplified this for us, because हमें फार्मा सुनकर लगता था कि सिर्फ रिसर्च रिलेटेड ही जॉब्स जनरेट होती हैं, बट if you can tell our listeners in an easy way कि उनके पास और क्या-क्या opportunities हैं फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में in terms of jobs.
See, research is something we should be focusing at, and anybody who's interested into research, India needs them. India needs them badly. But other than that, there are a lot of opportunities for product development, selling, branding, market assessment, market research, clinical trials, and so on. So basically, it's about the one of the other aspects of pharmaceutical industry is anybody can make a drug for, let's say, fraction of a price at which it is sold by an MNC. Now, when you can make same drug at 1 rupee, the phase and then five manufacturers are making it, then you are faced with the problem. I want to sell it for 3 rupees. I will make it more standardized drug. And somebody says I want to sell it for 5 rupees, where international manufacturing companies or the one who originally kind of created this molecule by going developing it through research is selling for 70 rupees. So now you have a plethora of manufacturers who are offering at different prices, having different capacities, different capabilities in marketing, having alliances with or influence in the market with the doctors or with brand names and all that. So a lot of opportunities in that where you can value add for your company other than research. So there's plenty of scope for the new graduates to look at this part of the pharmaceutical industry.
Which is very interesting and informative because students have no clue of what is happening inside the factories. So अगर किसी स्टूडेंट को अपना स्टार्टअप शुरू करना हो और जॉब नहीं करना हो तो उसके लिए एमबीए फार्मास्यूटिकल मैनेजमेंट कैसे हेल्प कर सकता है?
Before I go into the second part of your question, I'll play a little more emphasis on the first part, which is factory के अंदर job. One shouldn't be looking at the jobs in the factory because they are pretty low pay jobs. If you go as a B farmer, you hardly start your career with 15,000 rupees a month in best of the companies, and then you probably 5 years down the line you will end up with, let us say, 30,000 rupees per month. Whereas with an MBA farmer, you start with minimum 40, 50,000 rupees. Minimum for all the companies. And I'm saying non-branded companies also start their first jobs with an MBA and B Pharma degree or any degree in life sciences. They'll start their job as minimum 40,000 rupees per month salary. That's the key difference. So, one of the students gave me a very telling comment कि सूरज से सूरज की नौकरी और चाँद से चाँद की नौकरी नहीं करनी है. मीन्स यू गो इनसाइड द फैक्ट्री व्हेन द मून कम्स अप, एंड देन you come out of the factory when moon goes down. So वो moon से सूरज चांद से चांद का डिग्री हो जाता है. So that's what. So not only that job is tough, it's very low pay and it's repetitive, and there's nothing interesting in that job. Now when you we are talking as an MBA farmer, we are talking about job outside the factory. So once you are in that mood, you have an MBA, the entire market of India and abroad, export markets, is your kind of arena, playing arena. So that's the one difference. The second is, what can you do as an entrepreneur? Now, as I said, there are number of opportunities. Now we know several companies started with branding their own drugs, getting them manufactured by somebody else, called contract manufacturing. So somebody is manufacturing them, let's say for 1 rupee, and they want to sell it for 5 rupees. So they'll invest that kind of money and create their own brand, and then create a sales force by which they'll align with the doctors. They'll tell them the positive sides of their drugs and all that, and then finally retail it for 5 rupees. So they have created this 4 rupees value. Whereas the guy who was inside the factory, he might have made, let's say, only 40 paisa, where 60 paisa must have gone into raw materials, and he sold it for 1 rupee. So he just made 40 paisa, and these guys are making 4 rupees. There'll be other manufacturers who will create a different brand name and probably make 10 rupees. So all the MBA jobs are in this. Now one wanted to become an entrepreneur, he can do this, start creating their own thing. I gone to Iran on a consulting assignment, and I saw many of the guys from Rohtak and places in Haryana. They had gone to Iran to sell their own drugs because Iran is kind of it's been under U.S. sanctions for since 1979, and it can't import anything because they don't have dollars. They've been cut off from the dollar system completely. SWIFT system is not for them. So Indian companies make, sell their everything, and they get them paid in Indian rupees. So there's a lot of opportunities, for entrepreneurs to go there and sell those drugs. There are other countries in Eastern Europe where we have this rupee trade and all that. And with today only, अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट ने सेट कि फार्मा वो सिर्फ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करने के लिए यूएस में ही आना पड़ेगा, बाहर से नहीं आने देंगे. Today only he said that, and that's where the opportunities are. So the one major market is closing down. People have to look for new markets. So that's there. I mean, for entrepreneurs to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've widened my horizons, and I'm sure students will also get a very fresh and new perspective for their futures. And the world is dynamically changing, so they have to be prepared to take on it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So मैंने सुना है Modern Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences is backed by 3 pharma companies. इसका स्टूडेंट्स को क्या फायदा मिलता है?
आई थिंक बहुत मेजर एडवांटेज है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमारी एक्सेस हमारे स्टूडेंट्स की वो एक्सपोर्ट डेटाबेसेस पर होती है, जो कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट नहीं दे सकते, बिकॉज दे आर वेरी एक्सपेंसिव डेटाबेसेस. नाउ आवर पेरेंट कंपनीज मॉडर्न लैब्स, नंदिनी लैब्स and Notion Pharma, they have access to this because they are marketing these things in 14 overseas markets like Eastern Europe and Africa and all that. They are selling the drugs there. उसमें ये जो databases हैं, API, FDF, then ChemExpert, these are very expensive databases which our company subscribe to, and our students work on them on real time, real projects. They spend a day in a week in these on these databases. So that's one advantage. The second is all the challenges which are faced in the pharmaceutical industry will never filter down into academics through a university route, because it takes a long time for them to take cognizance of this. This comes to us directly, hands on, on a real time basis, because our owners are in that. So any dynamic changes that are taking place in the pharmaceutical industry, we can teach them, and we do teach them. We teach them definitely the courses prescribed to us by the university, but we also teach them a lot of extra things, what is happening out there in the market. Third is definitely, whatever it requires to enter into foreign market is called the dossier making, which we teach. Where the experts from our own industry come in and start teaching them. So then an added value skill, which the student can immediately cash on as soon as they graduate from here.
Wow, that's really nice. And that is actually a very big advantage because they are actually getting exposure to the real work environment.
Absolutely.
सर जो स्टूडेंट्स एम फार्म और एमबीए फार्मास्यूटिकल के बीच में कंफ्यूज्ड हैं उनके लिए प्लेसमेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स के क्या बेस्ट ऑप्शंस होते हैं?
See, M-Farm is again inside factory job. So if you crave for that kind of a life, and if you're afraid of the outside world, and you have a natural flair for, let us say, going into research, I would definitely recommend those students to go for M-Pharma, because that's who they are. But other than that, here is a greater value you can create for your nation, for your company, for yourself, by going for an MBA in pharmaceutical management, which is all about creating new wealth, and informing the customer as to what is good for them. Because when you brand, you don't necessarily,
Yes, sir. Like you were talking about dossier making a few minutes ago, फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में डोजियर प्रिपरेशन की क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है और मॉडर्न में इसे कैसे सिखाया जाता है? लेट्स टॉक इन डिटेल अबाउट दैट.
Okay. So जो इंडस्ट्री में स्पेशलिस्ट, हमारे 3 यूनिट्स में जो स्पेशलिस्ट काम करते हैं, दे कम हियर एंड टीच यू, टेक यू पेज बाय पेज, स्क्रिप्ट बाय स्क्रिप्ट, प्रोसेस बाय प्रोसेस के कैसे बनाना है, और स्टूडेंट से बनवाते हैं वो. सो इट्स लाइक टीचिंग स्टूडेंट्स ABCD, एंड दैट्स ABCD ऑफ डोजियर मेकिंग. Now, student when they graduate from here, they have this added skills. It's something like कि आप इसको लेके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आउट कर सकते हैं, किसी के लिए डोजियर बना सकते हैं. एवरी कंपनी हु which plans to introduce a product in a new market will have to give a dossier about capabilities, the drugs composition, everything that your company is capable of, and all of that information is around 600 pages. It goes into that, and then if you have that skill, then you can take advantage of it by cashing it. You can make about ₹1 lakh merely on the basis of dossier skills.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
This is like an added skill
Yeah,
set.
that's what you have an added armory in your
Hmm.
kilt.
So, talking about dossiers and preparation of a drug launch, so why some products in the pharma industry fail in spite of great research? This has been a question that I really constantly think about personally also.
I'm finding that difficult to visualize because every drug goes through phase one, two, three trials, and the failure rate of drugs in really discovery process is that you try out 1,000 compounds, and out of that 100 succeed to go to the trial stage, and then out of those 100, 10 go to the trials, and out of those first phase one trials on animals, about few emerge, one or two emerges as the successful candidate for human trials. So that's what you go through. But it's a natural process. This shouldn't change. This will not change, because the idea of discovery is that you spread your arms, legs, and whatever you have in all directions, and finally you catch gold in one place. It's like that. So the process is bound because this makes it more rigorous, that the drug that comes out in the market actually benefits the humankind on which it is
Okay.
tried.
So it is just a myth that you just busted, that
Yeah,
if it is failing for good. There is a good in
it's
that failure.
required. It's required. Unless if you didn't fail, you didn't test. You didn't test well. So if you tested well, you failed, and then you succeeded because you learned from your
Yes.
mistakes. Yeah.
सर अगर ग्लोबल फार्मा इंडस्ट्री को देखें सो चाइना इज our biggest competitor.
China is in the cheaper drugs and raw materials, which is called active pharmaceutical ingredients. It has been the major supplier. But when it comes to branded drugs, there are other countries like Ireland and so on. So, so those advantages, natural advantages, because of the cheap labor that they have, that will continue to remain with them. Now, it's not that we are too far apart in terms of human labor payments or human labor wages from them, but then there are other bottlenecks which they have crossed, and we are still struggling with them. So, but the real value is like in software. We are the leaders, right? So we became leaders because of we added higher value in our products. So whenever we are talking about adding value to our products, we will be there. We have our advantages as well.
So can an MBA in pharmaceutical management help students secure a job abroad?
Uh, See, you every market is different, and you need to gradually upgrade your skills. Now, the people who graduated with me, I'm not a pharmaceutical MBA, but I'm an MBA, and I did my MBA in 1991. Now, some of my friends are in the pharmaceutical industry. One is the director of international business of international marketing business of the largest pharmaceutical company in USA. So it's a gradual process. From here, you switch over to an MNC, and MNC places you somewhere in the Singapore, Far Eastern markets. Then from there, you will go to, let's say, headings China and Japan and so on. From there, you graduate to Western markets. So it's a learning by doing and gradual process. So yes, it is possible, but you got to go through the stages of
It's
learning.
a ladder that you
Yeah,
have to climb
that's
up
it. Yes,
slow and steady.
absolutely.
Great, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights. I'm sure before ending this podcast, I would like to tell all our viewers that there is a lot of value that you can add, and there are a lot of options that you can explore. And so, if there is one piece of professional advice that you could give our students, what would that be?
Go for it.
Brilliant.
This would be this is one advice my I would give to my sons, daughters, everyone, and I treat my students as my daughters, my sons. This is the best thing that could happen to them. You know, Fortunately, they have landed into pharmaceutical industry, and the first drop that a child born on this earth takes is a pharmaceutical product. The last drop he takes before leaving this earth is a pharmaceutical product. In between, he consumes lots of pharmaceutical products. So you are part of an industry which promises, even whatever it means to some other people, but you are part of an industry which is forever growing, and therefore go for it.
Wow, sir. That was an interesting perspective. Thank you so much, sir.
It's been a pleasure.
आपने जो इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर करी, आई होप वो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को और एस्पिरेंट्स को काफ़ी हेल्प करेगी. And viewers, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content.